AKA what, ladies and gentlemen? Powers are also known as I'll answer my own question. Asked and answered exponents. And this is the way such things look. This little guy up here is your power, or also known as your exponent. And what does that little 2 up there tell you? So many times I get an answer to this problem. If I said to simplify what 5 to the second power is, people say 10. Because they multiply 5 times 2, and that's not what the answer is. Wait a minute, you were supposed to, Mitch, switch with Winkleman, remember? This was the day that we tried to get you closer to the screen, so you have that there. Okay, here. Although, I don't know, Mitch and Josh together, is that bad?
Yes.
How about this? In order to alleviate the bad Josh problem. Mitch, still go there. Everybody in this first row, stand up and just, Josh is going to back up. Everybody, the other 3 of you are going to shift one place here, and Josh is just going to go on the other side. Isabel. That doesn't look so bad, does it? I mean, yeah, you just slide over. You, Ty, Isabel, one person to the left. And let's do this all without even getting out of our chair. What's your yeah, see, but Josh has to back up first. It might be kind of hard for Josh. Josh has got the hardest part of this. There, look at how easy that was.
Whoa.
Don't hurt yourself. We'll tip over side backward. Okay, back to the question at hand, unless there's something else of a question here. What does this exponent of 2 tell you, Drew?
How many times to multiply?
Oh, I forgot, yeah. I need to label this, by the way. This 5 is called the base. It just makes life easier. So the 2 tells you what, Drew?
How many times to multiply the base by itself?
Well, make sure you word it rightly. It tells you have to be careful with that, because the way you said it, which is, I know you're thinking right, you're saying multiply the base, how many times you multiply the base by itself, but that wouldn't give you the right answer if you took it literally, because you would take, here's multiplying itself by itself once, and then multiplying it by 5 again would give you 125. That might be a little, so write it like this. This, the way you write this is, it tells you the exponent tells you how many bases to multiply together. How many bases get multiplied together. You see what I'm saying, Drew? If you say how many times to multiply the base by itself, you could think that you're going to multiply by 5 and then multiply by 5 a second time and get a really big one. But this 5 to the second power means 2 5s times themselves, which is 25. Some people go wrong because they start thinking 5 times 5 is 10 because of whatever, but 5 plus 5 is 10. 5 to the third power means you have 3 5s times themselves, and you get 125. 5 to the fourth power is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and you get what, 625. And at some point in your life, you will hear somebody say the growth of something or something grows exponentially. What would that mean? What would exponential growth? Why would somebody say it just grows? Why would they use the word exponential growth? Riley?
The exponent gets bigger.
Yes, but when somebody says that, like bacteria grows exponentially. What does that mean, Isabel?
It multiplies with a big number. So they'll start really small, but then get bigger.
Right. And if you look at this, here's the case. Okay, 5 to the second power is 25. And 25 is not really a terribly big number. But 5 to the third power, just going up one exponent, it goes up to 125, which again isn't a big number. But you look at this, to the fourth power, now we're getting to 625. if I did 5 to the 5th power, that's 625 times 5, which is, what, 3,125. And 5 to the 6th power would be that times 5, which was what, 15,625, or whatever it is, I think it's something like that. Exponential growth means this. Here's my little chart of how things would grow. Okay, it's like when you double something. Okay, you can take a penny and double it, right? And on the second day, you'll have 2 cents. On the third day, you'll have 4 cents. That's not very big, but do you know that if you take a penny and double it, I believe by the end of the month, you'll have $1 million or something like that? I don't know if that's true. Is that true? It's gotta be something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you took a penny and doubled it, second day you'd have what? 4 cents, right? The third day you'd have 8 cents. The fourth day you'd have 16 cents. The fifth day you'd have 32 cents. The sixth day you'd have 64 cents. The seventh day would be $1.28. The eighth day is $2.56. The ninth day would be what, $5.12? Yep. The 10th day would be $10.24. The 11th day would be $20.48. Let's just do $20 because I'm tired of the 48 cents. 12th day you'd have 40. The 13th day you'd have $80. The 14th day you'd have $160. The 15th day would be $320. And the 16th day it's just going to keep getting bigger. What did I say? 320, 640, and then 1200, and then 2400, and then 5000, and then 10,000. Exponential growth starts out small. You know, this only went up 2 cents the first day, but by the 14th day it was going up $120. Exponential growth goes like this. It starts out growing slowly, and then it keeps going until it goes incredibly fast at the end. That's a nice little graph there, isn't it? Now, with that being said about powers, and I can tell you're mesmerized by that, there's a couple special instances you need to know. For example, anything to the 0 power. 3 to the 0 power. What does that equal? Anybody? Some of this is not logical, by the way. And I won't explain why till a little bit later in your life. Anybody with anything 3 to the 0 power? Who's got a speculatory guess? Mitch says
0.
0. That's a pretty decent guess. Drew?
3.
Drew says 3. So far we're 0 for 2 on that, believe it or not. It's neither 0 or 3. Anybody have a third guess? I'll tell you. Anything, 3 to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is 1. And we'll write that down. Anything to the 0 power is 1. And that would include, if I said 700, all right, let's just do 7 million because I don't know what I was going to say. To the 0 power is 1. The letter A to the 0 power is 1. Okay, anything to the 0 power is 1. Now, what about anything to the 1st power? What do you suppose 15 to the 1st power is? Freya? 15. 8 to the 1st power is 8. Anything to the 1st power is itself. Anything to 1st power is itself. Anything to the 0 power is always 1, anything to the 1st power is always itself. Mesmerized and flabbergasted, that is exactly what I would say that this class is. Oh, and along with that we have to talk about this. 2 to the 2nd power, 2 to the 3rd power, 2 to the 4th power, 2 to the 5th power. In case you didn't catch on to this in math just yet, these two, when you have something to the 2nd power and something to the 3rd power, we use different words to usually say that. Something to the 2nd power is called being squared. In other words, usually when we talk about 2 to the 2nd power, we say 2 squared. And something to the 3rd power, we call it as being cubed. if you ever hear somebody say 5 cubed, that means it's just 5 to the 3rd power. After that, you just say 2 to the 4th power, 2 to the 5th power, 2 to the 6th power, 2 to the 7th power, 2 to the 8th power. Squared, cubed, those are always, you probably knew that, sorry to bore you and frustrate you. Good. Now, take out a blank piece of paper.